Over the past few years, businesses have faced multiple challenges and undergone a tremendous amount of change. This trend won't abate in 2023. Businesses will need to deal with the pandemic's aftereffects, Russia's invasion of Ukraine, economic difficulties, and the rapid advancement of technology. Here are the trends that, in my opinion, will have the biggest daily effects on how we work and conduct business in 2023. 1. Quicker adoption of digital technology. We anticipate that transformative technologies like artificial intelligence, AI, the Internet of Things, virtual and augmented reality, cloud computing, blockchain, and extremely fast network protocols like 5G will continue to advance and innovate in 2023. Additionally, the distinctions between these revolutionary digital technologies will become less clear because they are interconnected. These technologies are combined in novel ways in new solutions for augmented working, hybrid, and remote working. Business decision-making and automation of manual, routine, and creative workloads. As a result, we are now closer than ever to being able to design intelligent enterprises where systems and processes cooperate to carry out menial and boring tasks as quickly and effectively as possible. Businesses need to make sure the appropriate technology is integrated into all of their processes and areas of operation in order to be ready for this. There is currently very little justification for working in business and being unaware of the effects that AI and the other technologies mentioned above will have on your company and industry. In 2023, there will be fewer barriers than ever to obtaining better manufacturing processes, more efficient supply chains, more effective sales and marketing, better customer service, and products and services that are more in line with customer needs. Numerous of these technologies, including blockchain and artificial intelligence, are now offered as a service through the cloud, and new user interfaces and applications give businesses access to them through no-code environments. 2. Inflation and supply chain security. In 2023, the majority of the world's economies don't have great prospects. Experts warn us to anticipate persistent inflation and moderate economic growth. Supply chain problems that first surfaced during the COVID-19-related global shutdowns are still a problem for many industries, and they have only gotten worse as a result of the war in Ukraine. Companies need to increase their resilience in any way they can to combat this and stay afloat. This entails lowering exposure to commodities' volatile market pricing as well as incorporating safety features into supply chains to address shortages and rising logistical costs. Companies must map out the entirety of their supply chains and determine any exposure to supply and inflation risks. They can then look into risk reduction strategies like finding substitute suppliers and increasing their independence. I've recently worked with a number of businesses that made the decision to outsource some of their manufacturing in order to avoid the risk of relying on Chinese manufacturers who are still subject to shutdowns because of a zero-COVID policy. 3. Consistency. Global awareness of the fact that the climate disaster will present a much greater challenge than anything we have seen in recent decades and will far exceed the difficulties posed by the COVID pandemic is growing. In other words, investors and customers favor companies with the right environmental and social credentials and conscious consumers, those of us who give consideration to aspects like ecological impact and sustainability when deciding who to buy from or do business with, are driving purchasing trends more and more. The environmental, social, and governance (ESG) processes that businesses use in 2023 must be moved to the forefront of their strategy. Increasing transparency, reporting, and accountability should come first, followed by a measurement of the effect that any business is having on society and the environment. Every business needs a plan with specific objectives and timelines for minimizing any negative effects, and the plan must be supported by reliable action plans. The evaluation and plans should also cover the entire supply chain and the supplier's ESG credentials in addition to the boundaries of the company. For instance, it is simple to overlook the environmental effects of cloud service providers and the effects of data centers. 4. Immersive customer experience. Customers will value experiences above all else in 2023. However, this does not necessarily imply that quality and price are put on the back burner. Both contribute in varying degrees to how we select, acquire, and enjoy the products and services we spend our money on. In the past, technology's role in this area has been to simplify procedures and make life easier for customers. Consider purchasing assistance tools like recommendation engines or online contact centers for after-sale assistance. In 2023, these will still be important, but the game has changed and this year's buzzwords are immersion and interactivity. This will take place in the metaverse, a sort of catch-all term used by futurists to describe the next level of the internet, where we interact with brands and other users through immersive technology like 3D environments and VR. Consider online stores where we can browse and virtually try on different outfits, jewelry, and accessories. We might use augmented reality, AR, as used by Walmart to see how clothes will fit on our actual bodies, or we might use virtual dressing rooms to customize avatars of ourselves as already pioneered by brands like Hugo Boss. Both online and offline retail will be impacted by these trends. Experience is becoming such a strong trend that companies like Adobe and Adweek are hiring Chief Experience Officers, CXO, to make sure it becomes a core component of business strategy. Businesses increasingly need to consider employee experience in addition to customer experience as competition for the most talented and skilled workers heats up. 5. The talent competition. As workers reevaluated the effects of work and what they wanted to get out of their lives, we have witnessed massive movements of talented individuals over the past year, known as the Great Resignation and Quiet Quitting. Employers are under pressure to offer appealing careers, the flexibility of hybrid work, the welcoming work environment, and a positive company culture. In 2023, it will be crucial to provide people with meaningful employment, ongoing learning and growth opportunities, flexibility, and diverse, value-oriented workplaces. The accelerated digital transformation, trend 1 above, also results in increased workplace automation, which will support virtually every job in the world. The skills and talent that businesses will need in the future will be greatly affected by the fact that humans will increasingly collaborate on tasks with intelligent machines and intelligent robots. This will require retraining and upgrading a sizable number of employees in our companies, as well as hiring new personnel with the necessary skills for the future. In order to succeed in the future, businesses must, on the one hand, address the enormous skills gap that exists in fields like data science, artificial intelligence, and other technology-related fields. On the flip side, as technology augments human jobs, employers must retrain employees in the abilities necessary to work with intelligent machines and to develop their uniquely human skills that cannot yet be automated. It will incorporate abilities like creativity, critical thinking, interpersonal communication, leadership, and the use of humane traits like compassion and care in 2023. I hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Until then, see you on another video.